review family? Keep it tight. My name is Morris, Review Guy, back again to bring you another video, and in this one I'm going to be doing a review of the new Downfall of Gaia album, entitled Ethic of Radical Finitude. So, Downfall of Gaia, a German extreme metal band, formed in 2008. They're currently signed to Metal Blade Records, and this is their 5th studio-length album. They blend black metal, and post-metal, and sludge metal, and honestly can fit nice and square into the whole Blackgaze movement with bands like Death Heaven and bands like Alcé. And the downfall of this album, in my opinion, is the same reason a lot of times that I find it hard to enjoy a lot of the albums from bands like Death Heaven and Alcé. And that is the fact that when they try to blend these genres, they fail at doing either extremely well. I was pretty excited going into this album when I heard the first track, Seduced By, which is an almost 3-minute opener that builds up so much tension. It is claustrophobic and it is tight-knit and it feels chilling and it feels like winter. It feels bone-chilling and foreboding, and you're like, oh, what's gonna happen? And then when they jump into the grotesque illusion of being, which is almost 6 minutes, I feel like this is a great opener. There's not much that I can complain about from this track. It features wretches that are super black metal. It features some bone-chilling instrumentation with the blast beats and just fast playing, just and then it breaks up and it goes into those more atmospheric type of sounds that are more post-metal inspired, the more shoegaze inspired side of things, and it balances these out pretty well, in my opinion, for the starter of the album. And I don't have much to complain about with this track, except for the fact that the faster parts, the more black metal inspired parts, especially the vocals, can feel a bit one-dimensional on this album, especially the vocals. They feel very throaty, they feel very powered, but they're not doing much that a lot of other black metal bands aren't doing right now, especially in the Blackgaze movement and this whole new wave of black metal that's come about. But if there were some one-dimensional ideas on this track listing takes a nosedive. We Pursue the Serpent of Time is almost 10 minutes, doesn't need to be 10 minutes, and I am far from opposed to longer songs. My favorite genre is progressive music, which has some of the longest tracks you're ever going to find. And I understand that post-metal and Blackgaze likes to do this, but this song and this album did not need to have songs be this long. Compositionally, there's not enough here to provide to make you engage throughout the entire listen. This is all just blasé. All of the instrumentation is super pastiche, nothing that I haven't heard before. This is such a bold statement to try to make songs that are this long doing something that has been done so many times before. And it's sad because the performances have some serious punch to them. They have some serious technical ability. The fact that they're able to do these sounds really is admirable, and I'm not putting down the band for that. The drum work is fantastic on this album. It's fast, it's thunderous, it is amazing. The guitar work is super technical, it's super black metal, there's nothing to complain about there. The wretches are super powerful, they're super throaty, but the only issue is none of what I just mentioned has not been done before on other contemporary black metal artists. The short little spoken word bit was distracting on this track. It didn't need to be there. It is corny. It did not need to be there. It sounds very phoned in and very trying to sound epic and theatrical, but it's not. Guided Through a Starless Night, 9 minutes, 29 seconds. This has some more spoken word, this time from a female, and it's her lyrics. The spoken word bit sounds just as corny as the previous one, only this one goes on longer. You get walls of noise, you get walls of this hazy, chilly, just foggy black metal instrumentation blasting away in your ears, and then these short, like, sweet, atmospheric, sludgy type of post-metal type of instrumentation that breaks up all of this and goes more soft, goes more mellow, but they're balancing each other out and not mastering either one. To the point where this album gets tiresome as you go through this track listing and you get the same thing over and over, and you start to understand this album is playing by a playbook. This album has a starter pack. This album has a pattern to it. As Our Bones Break to the Dance is a bit shorter, it's like 4 minutes and 56 seconds, and it is shorter, I do enjoy that, but I feel like the black metal is executed a bit better on this track. I feel like the walls of just haze over this track feel a bit more genuine and like they're really trying their best to make this black metal, but even though it's shorter, I don't think it saves this album. Of Withering Violet Leaves is a good track. It has an amazing like opening instrumental that just sounds super dark, super gloomy, super sinister and sadistic, and when it goes into that instrumentation where it's black metal, I think that the drums sound even more prominent than they did on the rest of this album, and they do have a bit more life in them. But overall, this album, in my opinion, is not doing too much to keep me captivated to make me want to listen to it again. I listened to it twice for this review, and I can't say it grew on me the second time. This album is good if you like Blackgaze, if you like black metal with some post-metal instrumentation mixed in, and if you like bands like Alcé, if you like bands like Death Heaven, I definitely suggest checking this out. You'll probably like it. But for me, though, I'm going to be giving this album a 5 out of 10. Is that a wrap? Hope you're all doing well. Have you listened to this album? If you have, you can go ahead and let me know in the comment section below what you thought of this. Do you like it? Do you not? Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and smash that notification bell to be notified of my future uploads. I upload regularly, and it helps me out a lot if you enjoy the content. And yeah, I think that's it. I'll talk to you guys next time. But until then, my name is J More Serve. You guys saying farewell.